But first, the incredible Western Conference home opener at Oracle, where Golden State found themselves in a 25-point hole against San Antonio before an injury changed the game and quite possibly the series. Mike Brown delivering the pregame pep talk. Steve Kerr elected not to speak. He would watch the game from the locker room. Kawhi Leonard back after missing Thursday's closeout game in Houston with a sprained ankle. Warriors came out ice cold. Steph Curry airballs a three. Golden State shot 29% and committed 6 turnovers in the first quarter. End of the first. Spurs on the run. LaMarcus Aldridge throws it down over 2 Warriors. San Antonio up 14. Aldridge had 13 points in the quarter. Second quarter. Turnover still a problem. Andre Iguodala's pass stolen by Manu Ginobili, and the 39-year-old gets to the other end for the three-point play. Spurs led by as many as 25. Warriors trying to get back in. David Lee throws it away. Steph Curry hits the three to cut it to 14. That was Golden State's first 3 of the game, but they had no answers for Leonard. Watch him muscle his way into the lane for the three-point play. Leonard had 18.5, and the Spurs led by 20 at the break. Kerr wasn't keeping quiet this time around.
Just settle in on like 3 stops in a row. Let's get 3 stops in a row, and the push will come from that. The pace will come from that. All right? Settle in, and we'll be all right. All right?
Third quarter, Leonard lands on Zaza's foot and re-injures that left ankle. It's the second time he rolled on it in the quarter. This time, Leonard would not return, and the Warriors would take advantage. Ginobili turns it over. Curry scoops it up, stops, pops. That's a long 2. Curry scored 19 in the quarter. Dell and Sonia Curry jacked out of their mind. Next Spurs possession, it's Curry with the steal. Ahead to Durant for the big jam, part of an 18-0 run to get right back in the game. One more look from your living room. Fourth quarter, more Durant. He gets by Kyle Anderson, flushes it to cut the lead to 4. Durant scores 12 of his 34 points in the final 8 minutes. Less than 2 minutes to play. Warriors down 3. Durant misses the 3. Sean Livingston tips it out to Curry. He cashes in to tie the game at 106. 7-3 of the game for Curry. Next trip down, Klay Thompson with the great pass inside to Draymond to put the Warriors back up on top with just over a minute to play. Now we're under 40 seconds. Warriors up 5. Ginobili throws it down. You know, the Spurs just won't go away. 14 seconds left. Warriors up 1. Curry gets a mismatch, gets a friendly roll on the floater. A 40-point game for Curry. Spurs with one more chance to tie. Patty Mills to Aldridge from the corner. Doesn't go. And the Warriors come back from 25 points down to win Game 1. They outscored San Antonio 58-33 following Leonard's injury. For more, here's Vern Glenn from Oracle.
Well, Dennis, the game changed with 7:52 in the third quarter. That's when the Spurs lost its best player. That's when the Warriors ignited a ridiculous 18-point run.
Any doubt that you guys could come back? You've done this a few times, but you haven't had to do it too often.
Right. We don't want to do it too often.
Mike, you're down 20 at half, down 25 at other times. You got Popovich on the other side. What are you thinking? What are your emotions?
I just prayed. There are times where you could be up, a team can be up, and they have control of the game. We didn't feel like they had control, so we knew a lot of what was happening in the first half was mistakes we were making.
When do you guys feel the rust started wearing off?
I mean, when you're down 25 points, if you don't wake up then, and something's wrong with you.
On an off-shooting night for the team, Steph Curry did his thing, but there was a stretch when Kevin Durant gave the Warriors their money's worth.
Steph got us going in the third. I just tried to do my part in the fourth, and he finished it off for us. So that's the pretty sweet thing about our team.
Was Steve Kerr a factor?
It's always great to hear Coach Kerr's voice, to give his perspective.
He didn't say much. He's always short and to the point, but just to hear him back in here, knowing what he's going through means a lot for our team.
So what was his message?
I forgot.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard's status for Game 2 Tuesday is unknown. They could hold him out and give him 5 full days off.
Very painful because I tweaked it before the last time, the last shot I shot, and it's hard to tell right now. It definitely couldn't go.
I think your team, probably got a little rattled, when
You think so? Did you notice that?
When Kawhi went down, the game kind of like changed.
I'm just saying. Okay, good observation. You're correct.
We can't cry about it. It's not going to help us at all. We need to dig deep, dig even deeper with the guys that we do have and find answers and play hard and play smart.
As for that closeout by Zaza Pachulia, Both Leonard and Pachulia dismissed the idea that it was a dirty play by the Warriors center.
That's really stupid. I just did what I was supposed to do, challenge the shot. Like a purpose? Yeah. No.
It was an unfortunate situation. I wish it didn't happen, but I don't think it was intentional. I mean, you can't listen to people on Twitter. They're irrational.
I always prefer to lose by 20 a game like this. If it wasn't bad enough, we lost our best player that was struggling already with a bad ankle. So it's hard to see the positive, even though we were up 20-something up. Very bad outcome of the game.
The thinking for this one, if they were going to win one of two, the Spurs had to have it today. They didn't. In Oakland, for Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals, Vern Glenn for Gameday.
All right, joining us now is Jabari Young, San Antonio Express News beat writer for the Spurs. And the obvious question, how devastating was this loss?
Oh, you know, it was real devastating. You have a team like the Golden State Warriors up 25 in the first half, and you find a way to drop this game. This was the one game that the Spurs, you know, coming into it, you figure, okay, they're coming off of that Game 6, okay, in Houston. They're playing great basketball. They're playing their style basketball. They're feeling good. And then you got to come here and play a team that's rusted, so you know they might be a little bit sluggish. You get them up by 25. You punch them in the mouth. And then you still lose the ball game. I mean, it's deflating. It really is.
And everybody's going to point to the one play where Kawhi Leonard went down. It was the second time he had gone down on that ankle in the game. What was your take, first of all, on the Pachulia foul that led to he stepped on his foot?
Well, I can't say it was a dirty play. I mean, I can't. I watched that over and over again, and Zaza clearly contested the shot. Even Kawhi Leonard says so. He contested the shot. He's running full speed. He turns around. He doesn't even see what Kawhi, how he's landing. I don't think it was a dirty play. I think that was just two guys trying to, you know, make plays for their team. It's just unfortunate that it happened for, you know, Kawhi, that he left the game and went out because the Spurs were rolling at that point. They were going back and forth with Golden State, and I feel like if he would have been in the game, they probably could have closed it out. They probably could have won the game, but I don't think it's a dirty play. It's just one of those things that happens.
Okay, well said. MRI for Kawhi. We anticipate that he will not play in Game 2. Can the Spurs beat the Warriors without Kawhi Leonard?
It's going to take another prayer. It really is. It's going to take another prayer. I mean, but they have to play the way that they played in Game 6 against Houston Rockets. Play that style of beautiful basketball, which they're known for. Moving the ball around from side to side, making the Warriors work on defense. LaMarcus Aldridge, again, has to step up like he did in Game 6 against the Rockets. And if they do that, and if they can play the same way defensively that they played and not turn the ball over 19 times, they got a shot.
Well, it was actually a pretty sloppy game today. The Warriors have taken care of the basketball so far through 8 games of the postseason, did not do it in the ninth, and still won the game. How much was it the Warriors being rusty, the Warriors playing sloppy, or how much was it that the Spurs forced the issue?
Well, I think they forced the issue in the first half, but then at the same time in the second half, they started committing turnovers, okay? And then when you give 31 points to a Golden State Warriors team that doesn't need your help, okay, but you help them anyway, that's just a recipe for disaster. So I think it was a mixture of both. I think they played very good defense. They forced some turnovers for the Warriors in the first half, but then the second half they gave it right back. And you look at it, 31 points. You can't have that. You have to win the glass. You got to win a turnover battle, and you won the paint, which you did. But those 3 things you got to do. You have to take care of the basketball against this team.
You talked about the paint. I wasn't surprised that Houston decided to go big. It worked at that Houston series, and it was working against the Warriors. Then again, Kawhi Leonard goes down. How much did his absence change the Warriors' effectiveness on guarding LaMarcus Aldridge?
Oh, I mean, it helped big time because now you're able to swarm him and make him give up the basketball. You're not going to let him play one-on-one against your smaller guys. You're not even going to make him play one-on-one against Draymond Green. You're going to double him and say, guess what? Everybody else beat us. Your number 2 guy is not going to beat us. And LaMarcus Aldridge, unfortunately, did not, have that good of a game in the fourth quarter. He still had a solid game overall, but he understands, even he said after the game, he has to make more plays down the stretch.
Yeah, the bottom line is it's no matter what we talk about, it all seems to come back to Kawhi Leonard. The Warriors shot 28.8% in the first quarter. Halftime, they were 2 for 9 from three-point range. Draymond didn't show up for the first half. Klay Thompson didn't show up for the whole game. It was their worst game in their 9 postseason games so far, and they still win the game. This does not bode well for San Antonio.
That's why, if you're the Spurs, you're in your hotel room and you're shaking your head like, God, I cannot believe we let this one get away. And you talk to the players after the locker room, they feel it. They feel this was the one game that they had, that they needed, because now you show up to a series and say, you know what? We're not the Utah Jazz, Golden State. We're not the Portland Trailblazers. We're coming to play, and you would have sent them the message. But now you done woke this Golden State Warriors team up, and now you know they're going to come to play. You got to bring your A++ game in Game 2.
Okay, Spurs and Warriors Game 2. They let one slip away, and it may have changed the entire series.
Absolutely.
Jabari, you do TV for a living here? You got all the manner. You got everything going on here.
I talk to myself in the mirror from time to time.
Hopefully, maybe if the Spurs come down, we'll do it again.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's Jabari Young. Thanks a lot, Jabari.
No problem, man.